Let's say you just achieved one of life's many milestones. Maybe you got your master's, but you have student loan debt and spent thousands of dollars a month on rent. Or you got engaged, but you barely have enough money saved for emergencies, let alone a down payment. Or you could be moving to a new city for your job, but it could be the first of many moves in your career. Why get a mortgage now? You've done everything right, and you deserve to live the life you want while building wealth for your future. That's why we started Chord, progressive ownership that lets you live in your home on your terms.
Student loan debt is a problem for a number of reasons, but one of the biggest is that it's delaying millennials buying their first home. Now, that's a problem because there's a massive wealth gap between renters and people who actually own their homes. For every $1 that a renter has, a homeowner has more than 40. Now, that gap is as big as it is because of the all-or-nothing nature of housing. You either rent and you throw that money away every month, or you can buy, but unless you have a bucket of cash sitting around, it means taking on a mortgage, which is a massive piece of debt, and anchoring yourself to that property for at least long enough to recoup those transaction costs. Now, at the same time, investors have a similar dilemma between two extreme choices, either to be a landlord, which comes with an extreme operational lift for a single property, let alone if they want to do it at scale, or they can be a lender, where they get the downside if a borrower were to default, but no ability to capture any of the upside. Now, I come from a middle-income family, and then somehow found myself working on Wall Street in real estate investment banking right in the heart of the global financial crisis. And I realized that this zero-sum situation where the interests of Main Street, who lives in the homes, and Wall Street, who finances them, not being aligned is a problem. It will time and time again lead to a breakdown in the market, whether you're talking about a decade ago in the mortgage crisis, or you're talking about today, where rent is so unaffordable in so many places. But Chord has a solution that for the first time aligns the interests of both parties. It's an alternative to a mortgage, so that you can stop renting and buy, but without having to take on a massive loan in order to do so. Instead, Chord structures the financing like an investment in your home purchase and in your home ownership. Once you decide you're done renting and you want to buy, you go through the process just like you would with a mortgage. Chord steps in at the point where the financing happens, and then you get to live in your home just like you would any other time. Up front, we provide the non-debt capital in order to supplement whatever down payment you're able to make today. On a monthly basis, you make a single payment with two components, just like a mortgage. One where you're building your equity over time, but at the pace that you choose, and then a usage fee on the equity that you don't yet own. And then when you're ready to exit the home, you're able to sell back your equity ownership to Chord. And for investors, they no longer have to be a landlord or be a lender. Instead, they can be a partner to the occupant of the home. And they don't have to, they can be a partner to the occupant of the home. And that comes with less operational lift, as well as having someone with a vested interest, a financial interest in the home. So really, this is an unlock for both sides. For home buyers, you get home ownership without the burden of a mortgage. And for investors, we're unlocking a new asset class that's owner-occupied housing. As a business, we make money just like a mortgage lender through an upfront fee for origination, a fee for servicing throughout the life, and our share of the usage fee income. Our team is amazing, filled with students from MIT and Harvard. I gave you a little background on myself. I spent time in real estate investment banking, but others on my team have expertise in housing policy, as well as law, operations, technology, and design. This summer at Delta V, we've been busy building a board of advisors across a wide array of areas of finance, from social impact to structured products. We've been building the product, which has been focused on the legal and the underwriting aspects in order to make it be able to manage the risks for investors, as well as provide transparency for consumers. We've engaged with key players, particularly regulators, the real estate agents, as well as real estate listing sites, and insurers, all of whom have a vested interest in seeing this fundamental innovation happen in this space, because expanding homeownership is important, and it doesn't have to be done with a mortgage. We validated customer demand, and this is one of the more exciting things that we've done this summer. We ran a test marketing campaign, and in less than a week, had over 3,000 people come to our website And 300 of those people actually took the next step and filled out our 4-minute pre-qualification survey. And as an extension of that, we're actually helping our first customer buy his home in Chicago. Now, Delta V is just a jumping off point, and now we're looking at raising capital both for operations, but also to help fund the growing demand from our waiting list. And we're looking to expand our team. So if you have experience in economic modeling or data science, capital markets, or consumer financial regulation, please come see us. We are Chord, and we are reinventing homeownership because it's a part of the American dream that needs to be reimagined. Thank you.